Alright, so after 5 victories and 5 qualification matches with Master Slork, we were placed into the Gold League. In our nostalgia days, StarCraft 2, I mean, we're just warming up a bit for the pending release of Legacy of the Void. It's gonna be awesome. Sure, yeah. Actually, wait. Let me just finish smoking my cigarette, and then we can. So, no recorded losses on the stream yet. Let's see how long we can keep the streak going. Can we make it 10 wins from 10 games? That would be too amazing. Ready, check. Rum pam 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 ram pam pam pam. We're both playing random derp ranked matches. This is the ladder. Slork and I are back in action. Searching for 2v2. The roll command doesn't work here. In the Total War Arena chat, this slash command works. Double Zerg against us. Infestation. These maps. I mean, this one I think we've played. I am not sure of anything anymore. Our avatar is Professor ZeroOoC. He's here to help us out. Good luck and fun. Yeah. So they're right opposite us on the other side, like on the horizontal line. Okay. So. De Franoob. I was
back in the game, baby.
Back in the game. What's up?
Not much. Had some coffee, had a shower, building my spaceship.
Building your spaceship, lovely.
How about you, Nikki?
Good. We won all of our 5 qualification matches.
Excellent.
For 2v2.
Are you playing ladder or what?
And now we're playing ladder, yeah. Now we just started our first ladder game.
Who's we? You mean like you and the viewers? Or?
No, me and Slork. Chris's brother David.
Chris
Steele.
Chris Steele, wow.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So Slark is rocking out with us. It's good he's here too, because I'm terrible at this game. Oh, okay. So we can't actually look into their base. I can't go up there. I guess we're going air. That's stupid. Okay.
Jebediah. And Jebediah space.
Jebediah Kerman. No, not at all. You can chat to us. It's always welcome. Our master mod.
So, Nikki, maybe, I'm not sure today or maybe during the week,
Yeah.
a buddy of mine might join in on Teams.
Cool. Awesome.
Not such a big gamer, like, history-wise, but he is a gamer at heart.
Cool. Then maybe we can teach him a thing or two.
Exactly, I'd love to show him Total War Arena. I think he would like it. He's one of my best friends, and I played a lot of H1Z1 with this guy. Like, we went through a lot of shit, and many
Awesome.
successes, many downfalls.
Together we are. Together we stand. No, what united we stand, divided we fall.
Surviving the zombie apocalypse is much harder in H1Z1, man. I mean, like, the zombie apocalypse itself.
For sure, yeah. For sure. There's actually an overlord here at our natural. I'll take this one and be cheeky.
Well, I wish you guys good luck.
Thanks. Hey, you stay and talk. What do I need? I want to go for air, right? What? Don't need this, but I do need a mothership. And a forge. Justice has come. Cool. Let's make an oracle to start. Yes. Oh, there's one too many in here. Don't need that.
Dimensional strings attuned.
Shit. This is 4. That's what I want. I want 3 to waypoint. Ah shit, he saw me with the overlord.
Your allies are in battle.
Harmonized.
Your allies are in battle.
It is destined. Our fates are one.
Sploosh, splash, splish. What?
The stars align. Extrapolating strings.
Okay, I gotta go.
We interpret.
Oh.
Our fates
Expansion. Another expansion.
can I aid you?
Links incoming here where the Corsair is. Shit, I need to build stuff. Where's that mothership? Up. Cheers.
Prismatic core online.
An omen. Harmonized. Direct us.
Warp field online.
Let us
Teleport
begin.
successful.
We interpret. It is destined. Our fates are one.
Roaches. What? I got away.
Teleport successful.
Working on it.
So tell me a little bit about StarCraft. I was never a StarCraft player. Is it like
StarCraft. It's a real-time strategy game with 3 distinct races that are all completely unique to
But
play.
it's the same principle. Like you have a gold mine.
Yes, you have a base, and there's 2 different kinds of resources. There's gas and minerals that you can mine.
Prismatic core.
Derp, derp, derp. You can play 1v1s, 2v2s, up to 4v4s in the ladder. Free-for-alls. You have ground units and air units. You have some caster units. But it's much more straightforward warfare, like in comparison to Warcraft 3, for example, where like the focus is really strongly on the hero.
Mm-hmm. It's more on developing the units and.
Well, it's about macro management and micromanagement, prioritizing, strategic thinking, multitasking. It's a very quick game. It's like
Speed is it a very an important part?
speed is very important. Yes.
Guide us.
More voids and carrots. Yeah. That fleet beacon has popped. I need more pylons. We must construct additional pylons. Okay.
We await. An omen.
Carrier has arrived. Okay, well, it will be arriving. La da da.
Your allies are in battle. Base is under attack.
Okay.
Guide us. Directive confirmed. It is destined.
We need to pull back a bit until we have more shit smart.
With purpose.
push them right back. Push them out. Whew. Top side. Oh shit. Where the tanks at? Set them up. Beautiful. Back. Stay in the range of the tanks, you fools. These roaches in your base, I'm gonna take care of them. I lost the fleet beacon. That's very bad. Shit. Shields, upgrade shields. Get a new cybernetics core.
Your allies are in battle. Prismatic core online. Your allies are in battle.
This one is a bit more protracted, this battle. Start mining.
Prismatic core online. Your allies faces the siege. I am eager to strike.
Our force is moving out.
Your allies are in battle. Teleport successful. Mineral
To expand again.
completed. Your allies are in battle. Your warriors
Set him up. Yes! That's what we like to see. Woo! To reselect my warp gates.
time for battle.
Interceptors. Oh, dude!
Carrier has arrived.
Give chase.
Flames of justice. For honor. Your allies are in battle. ZeroOoC cryo field depleted.
Where you at? Where you at?
Prismatic core online. Warp field online. I stalk through the stars.
Coming.
Direct my vengeance.
Oh! Shouldn't have left there. Fuck it. I shouldn't be engaging those hydras, right? Probably not. Yeah, dude, I'm kind of engaged up here.
Your allies are in battle. Where do our enemies lurk?
I got this. I got this! Woo! Protoss Air Force! Woo! Oh, it's already a bit more difficult. GG. Mm-mm-mm. Mhm. Rank 69. Bullseye. Hmm. Hmm. Mhm. You killed them back to my production. You kited them back to my production. Yeah, dude, it was at one point it was looking like I thought, ooh, might be tight. So only had like 3 void rays left and like a few um Corsairs. Not Corsairs. Phoenixes. Mm-mm. Ra-da-da. Ra-da. Snap hydras. Hell yeah. Fun though. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about a competitive map that has like rocks in the center. It's a bit of a fantasy. Like, there's no direct path. I mean, it's fun. Once in a while. The rocks are wild. Yeah. I guess. The fuck? Yuri is frantically pushing buttons. Launch! Launch! Why won't you launch?
Remember hero Yuri Gagarin.
Hero Yuri Gagarin! Great hero of space flight! It should be Yuri Kerman who you can send up to space.
You know, they actually said to Yuri Gagarin before he was launching, like, imagine this, no one has ever been to space.
Yeah. It's like, you're probably gonna die, bro.
Yeah, and they actually told him, like, yo, Yuri, like, you've got a 50% chance to survive. Like, this, our calculations say roughly 50%.
Yeah.
You know what Yuri Gagarin said?
What did he say?
Bomba!
Bomba! Fast! He fancied those odds.
Literally, like, he actually literally said bomba!
Awesome. What a hero. He
Yeah,
didn't give
he
a
fucking
fuck.
did it, and then he came back to Earth and was the first person and only person who saw Earth from space with
Yeah.
his own eyes.
For a long time, he was the only one. And did he take a camera with him? Did they have a camera?
No, he didn't take a camera, but he was transmitting like walkie-talkie style.
Oh yeah.
He was talking about like
What he
he
saw.
spent like 150 minutes orbiting the Earth.
Yeah. He went around once or twice or so?
I don't know how many times he went around the Earth, but I don't know. I don't even know if he went around the Earth once. But
he was in orbit. Like he left.
Exactly. He
left
was in
Earth.
space.
He was in
He
space.
broke through the atmosphere, was in space, saw the Earth, came back.
And before that, they managed to put the dog there, right?
Two dogs, yes. Bella, which means arrow, and Laika, which means like the Bella.
They're better.
Light is Balen on Russian, so arrow and yeah. They were the first dogs that went to space and survived, and they never got them back.
No.
They actually, their dead bodies are probably still floating around in space.
Yeah. It's like they're probably quite well preserved as well.
Probably, yeah. And like the cockpit for the dogs, the way they designed it, it's so awesome, Nikki. It was like an actual like dog chair,
Yes.
and left on the left and right arms of the chair, they put in these little compartments. Like one compartment would open at a certain point, and it would offer the dog food.
Yeah.
The other compartment would open, give it water. It's really, it's
Well
sweet.
thought out.
Like like they gave the dog everything it needs, you know.
To
Like,
test
because
what
I
would
guess
it
the
be
whole
like
point
for a
was,
living.
you know, can we get an object to orbit? Yes, we proved that with Sputnik.
Yes, but can we get a living thing there and will it
Exactly.
die?
Can living things survive in orbit, or what will happen? Will its body be teared apart, or
Exactly.
can it breathe?
We don't know. We just had to try it. You know, that's amazing that people just did
Yeah.
that. And like the space race was one of the great like progressive
space
things
race.
for mankind. Like a
But
really
people
unifying thing.
oftentimes, they romanticize the space race, you know? Like,
Yeah.
they think it's all about, like, science and shit.
No, it's
which, of
about
course,
weapons.
Obviously. Exactly, it was all about military, man. It was like the military interests were driving that shit.
Because what if you could all of a sudden launch a
you
missile
know,
that
when-
could go
when
anywhere
George
on the
Lucas-
planet?
When George Lucas came out with Star Wars in the 70s,
Yeah.
this was like, you know, just 5 years after Gagarin's flight or something, or 8 years. The Soviets, the Russians, they were super confused. Like, they didn't know what to think of it, of Star Wars. You
Okay.
know, they paranoid as they were back in the day, they thought that this is the way, you know, America's going. Like, this is what they're envisioning. Like, destroy the Soviet Union and dominate it from space with X-wings. And the Death Star has a very symbolic meaning in the Cold War. You know what I mean?
Yes, well, I'm sure they, like many like Americans, like they did kind of envision it like that, you know. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, of course, man. Of
many
course.
still
It
do.
was
Like
all,
weaponization of space is a massive
exactly, man. It was all about like dominating in space and shit. And
The thing
yeah,
is, you can make. I think people realize this. Well, you can make more money in space without weapons.
sure. But at that time in the Cold War, they didn't know shit about
Yeah.
like science in space. It was all about
Like the great
you know,
documentary Star Wars.
the whole battle in dominating land, air, and sea was over. It was now about dominating this cosmos, you know.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, cool. Like, you know, the Soviet Union, they obviously lost the race to the moon, but you know, they not only sent the first man and living thing into space, but they also sent the first woman to space, Valentina
The
Tereshkova,
Soviets,
and
they figured out all the workflow practices for space launch that
but this
still
is an
used
important
today.
thing in this is what not many people think about, but sending Valentina to space was a huge human achievement.
Yes, correct.
Because when she was sent to space in the 70s, not a single woman was working in NASA. And in the Soviet Union, they like half of the engineers were women, and they wanted to show the world that, you know, like, we are communists, and in our ideology, everyone is equal, and
we're doing it
even
together.
women- Exactly, even women can make it to space, and you have to imagine how many women in the 70s were inspired by this person, Valentina. Especially in poor countries where socialism was very attractive, you know, Vietnam, China, India.
Yes, of course.
All these women there were like, wow, I can actually, you know, study science, contribute to human achievement. It was cool, man.
Love space stuff. At the moment, actually, the only guys who can send people to space are the Russians, and like SpaceX is working on it. They're pretty close.
Yeah, that SpaceX, Elon Musk, he's the only private person that has the capacity to send people to space, but no one besides the Russians. The Americans can also send people to space, but only with the Russians' help.
Yeah,
Like,
but the Americans are building new launch systems and stuff right now.
Yeah, but they're fucking up because they don't have this years and years of. I mean, of course they have years of experience, but NASA is undergoing a lot of budget cuts and.
And for the Russians, like all of this is becoming so routine, which is amazing.
Exactly. Dude, Nikki, the rockets that the Russians use to send their shit to space, most of the stuff.
The Soyuz.
Is the so-called SR-8, and it's a nuclear-capable rocket. Like, it can carry nuclear warheads as well. It's an intercontinental ballistic missile that can, you know, go through the atmosphere and get into orbit. And they've been using this SR-8 for like 30 years, 40 years.
But it's so reliable.
It's so reliable and it's cheap. Like, it doesn't take so much fuel like some of the American stuff. The Americans are probably like really good in terms of like science, like, you know, the Voyager and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're much more high tech, the Americans, but it takes them really long.
They cannot send any of that shit to space without the Russian know-how. The Russians are the best in rocket launching.
But the Americans, like, they know that right now. They depend on the Russians for this.
And it's one of the only fields
where there's real teamwork. There's real teamwork.
Cooperation. Like, the relations between the US and Russia have gotten really bad in the last years, especially because of like the Ukraine conflict.
Yes.
Because, you know, the Russians think that it's all the Americans' work and it's all directed against Russia, blah blah blah. But that all goes on, and they still cooperate in space, you know.
I love that.
That's really cool. And yeah, don't forget that like the Russians have a monopoly basically on rocket launching. They like no country, even if some countries make like a consortium and work together, there are still some like parts or know-how that they will have to get from the Russians in almost any space flight.
Yeah, like the Europeans can only send like satellites and parts and stuff up.
Yeah, and And also don't forget, the Russians were the first to build the first ever space station, Mir.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
And that's, like...
No, but there was also Space Lab 1, which was I think just a little bit after the Mir.
Sure, but the Mir was huge.
And the Mir was huge, and it was up there forever.
Forever, and it made so many other flights from other countries like
Possible.
have actual rationale,
Yes, because you could dock for the first time.
Exactly, and all the stuff, refuel, gather pictures, all this kind of shit.
Because we're still so much in like alpha testing when it comes to space. Like the ISS, they're still doing like really like kiddie stuff, like trying to see it.
ISS, look, they took the Mir down because of the ISS.
Yes, they made it together.
Exactly, and the ISS it would have never been possible to build the ISS without the know-how that they gathered from the Mir.
Of course.
The ISS is an international project, but it's very much dependent on the Russians,
Yeah, they supply it.
And the ISS is like 5 times bigger than the Mir.
It's really huge. And now the Chinese are making one as well. They've already started.
Yes, and I think the Chinese, they have a good future in space.
Yeah, they're gonna be fast.
They're missing this years of alpha testing.
Exactly. So they're probably gonna have like a bunch of like really successful missions and then like a super catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
Where they need to reassess.
They have a moon rover now.
They have a moon rover. Even India can get to the
Yes.
can orbit the
Which is
moon.
also cool, man.
The competition is just good for business, and once like the private guys are really into
It's
it.
good. And it has a lot to do with prestige.
Yes.
When your country can send someone to space, you're becoming a superpower.
Correct.
And the Iranians have just 2 years ago sent a monkey to space and back.
True, yeah, and back, and it survived, yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget the military aspect behind this.
Yes.
The Iranians were also, they just wanted to show that they have an intercontinental ballistic missile that can carry nuclear warheads if
Yeah.
they wanted to.
Yeah, but it's
But it's cool.
civilian technology comes out of the military stuff.
Yes. And I don't think, even though people paint Iran in different ways, but I really don't think that Iran is interested while politics and rhetoric might make you think otherwise, but I think in the long term Iran is not interested in some big conflict or something. I mean,
No, I don't think so as well. I
it's a
don't.
culture that has survived for 4,000 or 5,000 years. They have a self-preservational streak. So, they're not gonna go to a stupid war.
No, they're not.
That will destroy themselves.
I mean, of course, they have their interests and their dodgy practices and
They just
everything.
want to become a player.
But they want to be a player, and they're like on the verge, and like everybody knows that, right?
Everybody knows that, and everyone's scared.
Everyone's scared because Iran is huge.
It's
And now they have, like, everyone has the fucking internet now, and the internet just allows countries to skip, like, decades of development.
No, and especially a country like Iran, where,
They have all the resources.
They have all the resources in that region. It's like one of the most high-educated
Populaces.
populace. I mean, how many fucking doctors and engineers do you know in Austria alone that are Iranian? Tons.
So, do you want to play a round of Civ 5?
A round of Civ 5. Maybe a bit later, Nikki. Like half an hour or so. Or...
Okay, then I can still play another game with Slork. Slork.
Yeah, man. And what I think is amazing with the Iranians is that they've been sanctioned for like 30 years, and they've done most of this stuff basically by themselves.
Yeah, they figured it out, Reverse engineering shit. But like
the Russians help them a bit.
The worst reverse engineers are the Chinese.
Of course, man. My sister's boyfriend, he works for BMW in Munich, and he's like responsible for the new electric BMW that is only launching in China
Yeah.
first. And
Interesting.
he was telling me not long ago how fucking hardcore they're reverse engineering everything. Like BMW launches this car, and like seriously a week after, there's already like 3 factories copying that.
Like
car.
making clones.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, like the things like around the world, like in the last 20 years, like since we were born, when we were born, there were still lots of places that didn't have industry, right? Like Africa, right? Or most of Asia, and now these places they're coming into like the information age, because of the internet. You just skip all of this industrial bullshit, and like in Africa, in Central Africa, for example, there's like such a lively like app development scene, and like
In Central Africa.
in Central Africa, yeah, because
Wow.
what they're doing there now, like the mobile connectivity is so good there already. Like the network coverage is insane, right? In the last 10 years, they built it everywhere, and like everyone has a phone, and you can pay with your phone. You can do microtransactions.
And it's so much more, like it makes so much more sense to pay with your phone in Africa because no one has a computer, but everyone has a phone.
And now they're building infrastructure. Like in Uganda, you can take a job to
And you know who's building that infrastructure?
The Chinese.
Man.
Chinese are, and you can take a job like laying down fiber optics cables.
Yeah.
It'll pay you well, and like because like the Africans, they're never gonna have ESDN or 3G or anything like that. They're gonna go straight to LTE and fiber optics internet,
And it'll boom.
and it'll boom. If you look at Nigeria now or
Yeah.
Ethiopia, these are like really modern countries.
Ghana,
Ghana, yeah, it's all coming together. South Africa, of course. South
of
Africa
course.
is on the verge as well.
Yeah, man, Africa's the future.
Yeah, the Chinese noticed the Americans kind
The
of lost out of
Americans,
it.
kind of, they missed their spot though. They're
Yeah.
trying to get to Africa now again, but I
The
don't
French,
think it'll be
the
easy.
French are there.
The French are always there, bro.
Yeah, they never left, and they have like their soldiers there and stuff protecting interests.
yeah. Like half of the uranium mines in West Africa are French.
For their nukes and their power plants.
Exactly. You
And-
think you know your shit, man?
I try. I know some things. I read a lot of Reddit.
Oh, really?
I think you'd really like subreddit Ask Historians. That one's really good. And the space ones are excellent. Space news. Ask Science is awesome. I'll put some in the chat.
Right. We're descending to the ground. My heat deflector
It's
is
working.
Good. Got my 3 parachutes. Because this is a heavy fucking rocket with a lot of science on it.
And there is this. Reddit.
Oh shit.
Here, there's like a Reddit which shows world politics in the style of civilization announcements, right? So it's like Castro has accepted Washington's embassy. NATO to Russia. I see your troops massing near my borders. ISIS has lost a great general. I'm gonna post this in the chat for you as well.
This is not the great general.
It's r/Sif politics.
Oh shit! Crash.
The USA has signed a defensive pact with India. America has finished researching 3D printed pharmaceuticals. Interesting. China has completed construction of its first unmanned factory in Dongguan.
Completed construction.
Israel has gifted a unit to Jordan.
Nikki, if you have time, I suggest you to check out my Steam profile, like the chat groups that I'm in,
Yes.
and join that Civ 5 chat group. You'll have to. I mean, if you can be fucked.
I'm doing this now.
Because you have to go into the chat and PM an admin, like, just read through the rules quickly, you'll figure it out. So they accept you to the chat. And then in like half an hour or something you can get a good game going.
Groups, civilization, no quitters. And then I have to enter the chat and ask if they take me or what.
Exactly. Write one of the admins. The admins have a star next to them, to the username.
Okay. Okay, I've messaged the guy.
It might take a while.
Yeah, he's in game, so.
And I would message multiple admins.
Alright. Ah, where did it go? There. Golden star, silver star.
I think it doesn't matter.
Smooth. Okay. Let's see what happens. Alter, kann diese Person das bitte nicht machen? Like, das ist on Facebook now. Alright, I just have to sort something out for work. This is annoying. Okay guys, I'll be right back. I just need to sort something out for work.